Hello, and welcome back to the Chimera Project, where I am a college kid trying to figure out how to make an animated series. I'm gonna make this little series of my progress to kind of help and maybe inspire others who are wanting to make indie animations but have no clue what they're doing. Hopefully I can help some people who don't know what they're doing, but honestly, no promises. Take some of what I say with a grain of salt. So today I'm just kind of working on some character designs and trying to figure out the basic idea of how I want everyone to look. This is Yurei, she's a ghost hunter, and then we have her girlfriend Karuma. Chimera tends to focus on a lot of LGBTQ topics. I have some characters who are, different genders and different ethnicities, different religions, all kinds of different people, because that's how we make up the world. Karuma, honestly, I was so proud of this design. I drew her in that little corner when I was in junior year maybe, and honestly, I don't know what I did differently here, but I loved it. I loved the color scheme. I loved the energy she now had. Honestly, she's still one of my favorites, even after all the new ones I've done. If you want to check out some of these designs, please follow my Instagram, also Black Magic Studios, where I post little stories of these character designs. Right here, I'm kind of working on height comparison to see if the characters work well together, and now I'm working on a time-lapse sketch of Jack, because I posted a short of Lumi for her second character introduction, and I've started sketching out Calypso and Jax to work on theirs next. Trust the process with the background. I promise it will look better. It's also a nice chance for me to change up the design if I want to, because honestly, some of these I made a long time ago and I did not like them in the end. And with that, I've also been doing some world building. I've been working on this, which is the Scarlet Valley, and I've been kind of trying to figure out more specifically like what places might be there. And then here I have my main study sketchbook, I guess, where I've been working on landscapes, character design changes, the main cast, and also some room sketches to try and figure out the layout of certain rooms and scenery. This sketchbook honestly doesn't have too much in it, but it's good. And this is Taro. I've been kind of working on some character design for him. And then also a new character, Kiara, who is a cherub I have not drawn yet. So yeah, honestly, I think the main thing I can work on with this series right now is focusing on character designs like Anna's over here. So I have a basic idea when this hopefully starts to get a little popularity, and I can maybe focus more on how to maybe make this a real thing. I'm kind of hoping I'll be out of college by the time it does, though, because I don't want to stress myself out too much, but you know what? Everything will happen at its own pace. Honestly, I kind of like the colors for her. I just feel like I wasn't able to really show a good expression for her. Then again, she's not really a main character, so I guess she doesn't really need to, but still, it's nice to have expressive characters. This is Rain. He is another cherub. A little thing that I do with the cherubs is that I make sure that they have kind of different halos and different wings. I've been kind of trying to think about possible birds I could base their wings off of, and the halos are supposed to be special to either their culture or maybe their story, or even how they died, where like Rain kind of has his because he used to fly kites when he was alive. He also likes airplanes, which I thought was kind of funny that I kept that in there. He also runs the Chimera transportation in a hot air balloon, which is kind of a funny little thing I added in there. And then we have characters like Gale, who are close to some of the main cast but aren't going to be seen a whole bunch, mostly in like flashbacks and stuff. Yeah, honestly, I think character designs and world building are just about the only things you can really do when you don't have a bunch of, you know, things that you need technically to make a series. And then I also have been working on some promoting ideas, such as like little animations I can post, maybe a couple fully drawn scene ideas, and sometimes in class I'll work on some script writing while I'm like trying to figure out color palettes and stuff. Also, another thing I'd like to add is that I've been also trying to work on color designs for the world that they're in. So Gale is in Nouveau City, specifically the Sonic Wave Stadium, where neon colors are very appreciated. I also have been adding skulls to the band because I thought it would be interesting to kind of connect those four in that way. So Gale has little, I guess like the little closed happy eyes, because she's kind of like the peacekeeper. She tries to make sure everyone's getting along, because you're in a band, you gotta, you know, cooperate with each other, hear each other out. Kane's skull has X's and a crack to show that he is in Chimera, because he is no longer alive, unfortunately. I also added X's to Geo's design in the past, but since then I've decided that I'm going to change them to maybe more of like angry eyes, while I'm probably going to have Link with more lazy eyes to kind of resemble their personalities a bit. So I try to like figure out little symbolic things I can do with design in that sense. Vivian is another symbolic design that I have, where she is from the Tea Time Gardens, which is a place where the characters who live there are all based off of animals in some sense. And Vivian is a Lunamoth because she's not necessarily a great person, but she disguises herself as one, because Lunamoths are very pretty, and if you don't know much about moths, you might end up mistaking them for a butterfly. So that's just to show that under that beautiful look, she has a bit of a dark side. I feel like I could work on her outfit a little bit, though. I feel like I have so much going on with the wings that like the dress doesn't really hit the way I wanted it to. Orion is another cherub. He is one of the more important cherubs. Not that I don't love them all equally, but he is more important to the plot, as he is the one who brings people into Chimera. So Orion is from ancient Greece, and that's hopefully shown within his halo, and his shoes. I kind of like his shoes. And he is one of my only characters so far with glasses, because I just kind of like wanted to differentiate people up, and then I drew him so long ago that all the cherubs looked the same back then. They all had like white hair, blue eyes, that kind of thing. So I just kind of like changed him up in that sense, as well as Leoria, to where they look more natural, because obviously who knows what you look like in the afterlife, and you know, maybe they can look more natural and less white and perfect, you know? Leoria's halo ended up being one of my favorites because it looks like kind of like a fiery smoke, like from the fire he unfortunately died in. Character designs like these are a little trickier for me because I've drawn them so many times in the past that now that I'm redrawing them, and trying to design them specifically for the series, it's just gotten a little harder because I don't know exactly what I'm going for. I do end up liking the way that this turned out, however, and I try to post them on my Instagram with a song that kind of fits the character and hopefully tells you a little bit about them. I'll probably link my Instagram in the description so you guys can check that out if you want to. Please, it has like not many followers. Heather is another character from the Tea Time Garden who is based off of a spider because, as another moment of symbolism, spiders are very misjudged. They're very scary to a lot of people, including myself, and honestly, if you really think about it, they might be just as scared as you are. So in that sense, Heather is a very, very kind spider, and she'll end up hopefully helping out the main cast in whatever they need to be helped with. So that's my hope for this so far. Might change, because that's the thing. A lot of things like this tend to change, such as Artemis, who actually was once a character called Shade, previously owned by my friend Shadesphere Studios, who I'll also link in the description because he is my friend and you should check him out. He was helping me on this until he kind of decided to step back and hopefully just help with character designs. It's really funny, I'll be like sending him this and I'll be like, what do we think? Do we like this or do we like this better? And he'll just kind of put in his opinion because he's a lot better with color combinations than I am. So that's Artemis. He's also in the main cast, and honestly at that point all I really need to draw is Killer for the main cast because I'm surprised I haven't drawn her yet. But yeah, please check out my Instagram, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye!